Right, give a round of applause. Keep those hands going. We are now going to get on with Mr. Gregg Berger's panel. Round of applause, please, for Greg again.
Let the games begin. No, I think I'll wander.
Okay, what we'll do is they do B, say hello. If you've got questions, raise your hand, I'll come over to you, you can ask, Greg can answer.
I feel like I know everyone in the room at this point. I feel like I've had a drink with 3/4 of the people in the room. What do you want to talk about? I will tell you for starters that I had the great good fortune of being in the Generation 1 cast. I had the great good fortune of being part of something that no one had any sense of the future life of. That is kind of how things go in life. You do what comes next, and you don't know what comes after what comes next. But to imagine, or to dream, or to, for an instant, fantasize that 25 years later, that incarnation of this show, which has had many incarnations and sort of evolved or moved sideways, forwards, backwards, whatever direction it has moved up to and including the live-action franchise now. There's something magical about these characters, about this creation, about that world that has withstood the test of time. And different casts, and different approaches, and different concepts. So, for me to do anything other than be respectful of that ability to grow, thrive, and develop, and I know there are devotees to G1 who have issues with things that came after. There are devotees to things that came after that have issues with G1. There are devotees to the entire cell-frame animation Transformers who have issues with CGI Transformers, and again with live action. But somehow, everybody stays in, and they find what's good about everything there is. They have arguments about everything they see differently, but no one seems to like jump ship, ever. So this world, which came out of someone's wonderful minds, has become as real as other people's real world. It's bizarre, and it's magical, and it's worthy of respect and admiration, and I have both. I'm not the fan that a lot of the people that I've met have been, and by that I mean I was entrusted with a character in a show. I really learned the storyline as I was handed scripts, including one that gave me a new brain, and I dropped the script and said, how the heck am I supposed to get from here to there and back again? But we all found out together. And I really think it introduces a larger question, which is that nobody can see around the corner. No one has a crystal ball. No one can see into next week. We all take our best shot from day to day. 1 million people have asked me, did you know it would have the staying power that it's had? Did you have an inkling? Did you have? And the answer is no, we had none. But in the same way, I think you should treat every day of your life and every job that you do as though someone might be looking at it again 25 years from now. No one in this room knows what will be going on 25 years from now, but something you do today or tomorrow might have that kind of staying power. All the more reason to throw yourself into everything you take on, be passionate about everything you do, and exceed expectations everywhere you go. That's my worldview, that's the way I see it. I am now in that fast-forward position looking back 25 years. I remember how much care there was in the conceiving of, the writing of, the artistry for, the coloring of, the direction of this project. And here it is 25 years later, and it's still on the table. And it's still loved and revered. That's just phenomenal in my book. That's my introduction. Now what do you want to talk about? Questions, questions?
Here we go, guys.
What's your fondest memory of doing the original G-Man cartoon?
Fondest memory was being cast. Not because not even so much, I mean, every actor wants a job, but because I got a job as the new kid with Frank Welker, with Peter Cullen, with Chris Latta, with, I know I'll forget people, with Neil Ross, with Jack Angel, with, I mean people that I had known of, but this was the first opportunity I had to work with. So, I mean, I think that was part of me going overboard as far as really trying to be prepared. And if it was that, I said this last night, as that intense a game of jump rope, I didn't want to be the one who tripped. So, you know, and I was working with heroes. I just left out Scatman Carruthers. I could listen to him talk forever and only wanted him to talk forever. So I was in the presence of heroes of mine, and we all sort of grew up together. And I'm not undervaluing my contribution. I was cast because they decided I was right. I also thought, how am I going to sustain this much vocal stress for a long period of time? What if there's more than one episode a day? What if it gets picked up? What if it goes on? So you find it as you need it. It's just like any other muscle, you know. It's like going to the gym every day, and you get stronger. You get stronger when you work out, and we worked out for very long periods of time. In those days, a Screen Actors Guild day player contract was for 8 hours, and Wally Burr was an absolute perfectionist, as well he should be. That goes back to the previous conversation. Look what you got, and look what lasted. So if somebody demanded that something be better than it was at the moment, and it meant everybody stayed for an hour, so we may have stayed for an extra hour or 2 or 3 or 4, but this stayed for 25 years, so it's a pretty good trade-off, amortized over time. But yeah, I mean, just absolute thrill. It was a real quantum leap for me. Plus, you know, in an audition within that same time frame, I became a regular on G.I. Joe as well. So I was busy nearly every day of nearly every week. Thanks.
Okay, next question, guys. Hello, Phil.
Hi, Greg. We all know you obviously as Grimlock, Jeff Firefly, back others. Looking back now, is there another character in the show you would have actually liked to have got an opportunity to voice?
That question comes up, and I'm not trying to avoid the question, but I tend to be so committed to whatever it is I've been given that I don't really think about things that I haven't been given. So if I'm going out there, sure, I would have liked to have done Optimus Prime as well. That would be nice. I'm attracted to 2 types of characters in specific. I get whatever I get, but I'm attracted to characters who are introspective and think before they act and consider before they jump. But I'm also, like Real Monsters, very attracted to characters who seem to be one thing and then immediately become something entirely different. Kiki Strom, Lena. You late for class. Sit down, open your books. Monster School is in session. So it's like that.
Okay, next. Let's go first.
What was your first impressions of the Transformers movie script when you first read it?
The animated film?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Want to know what I think today? Brilliant. Twists, turns, storyline changes, character development, delineated characters who were different from the other characters, not interchangeable. And I thought it was a very completely realized world. I think Orson Welles was perfectly cast as Unicron. I really think it is almost a